He hit me. He rear-ended me. That's all that happened.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the collision. Stop
you're yelling at me too.
I'm yelling at you because you're yelling at me.
And then what happens?
And then he got on my face, belly to belly.
Right there. He stopped the car right there.
Incident overview date, unspecified. Location, United States jurisdiction, not disclosed. 2 drivers involved in a road rage escalation resulting in a vehicular rear-end collision, a mutual street fight, and intentional property damage. Both cited for criminal misdemeanor violations.
President Martin.
Okay.
He talked me in the face.
Okay. I want you to talk to these officers here, okay?
Them?
Yes. Hey, just so you know we're recording, what's going on?
This guy started chasing after me after his friends were trying to get traction on their tires, and he pulled out after me from the turn lane, so I slowed down. He rear-ended me, and this ensued.
Okay. So for right now, do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay. What happened with the collision?
He hit me. He rear-ended me. That's all that happened.
Okay, so where were you at? Where were you driving?
I was like right after where he hit me.
Okay, so you were right after stop for traffic?
He pulled out of the turn lane to chase after me.
Stop yelling at me. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the collision. Stop
you're yelling at me too.
I'm yelling at you because you're yelling at me. Calm your ass down and explain to me what happened with the collision.
He was in the turn lane, and he was revving his motor really loud. I told him that he was gay, and then he pulled out after me like he's gonna fight me.
Okay, so
Were you in the fight?
I was
go
trying
ahead
not
and
to hit
stand right
him.
there for me.
Sorry. I was trying not to hit him. He was behind me, so he saw everything. He was going, I want to say 20, 25. I was doing like 15. I slammed on my brakes, slid into him. But I was already in the lane, completely. And then he gets out, gets in my face. I try not to hit him, right? And he hits me. It took everything not to hit him back.
Okay, real quick.
where were you at?
I was at the light waiting to go straight, and he was in the turn lane, and then he pulled behind me after I made fun of him.
So you were at the light, ready to go straight,
Yeah.
and he rear-ended you at the light?
He followed me out of the turn lane and rear-ended me like right where your car's parked, right where the cruisers are parked back there.
So you said he was in the turn lane, though?
And then he pulled behind me to chase me.
Okay, so he was in the turn lane.
Yeah.
That was before he rear-ended you? Or after?
Yeah, before he rear-ended me.
Okay,
he pulled out of the turn lane to chase after me.
So why'd you call him gay?
Because he was swerving behind me with his car, trying to warm up his tires, acting like I'm going too slow when I'm already going faster than the speed limit.
Okay. So then you were stopped for traffic, or did you brake check him?
I didn't brake check him.
You stopped for traffic and he rear-ended you?
I stopped for traffic. That's all it was.
But he hit me. He hit me good, and I tried not to hit him because it was an accident. Blah blah blah. His fault accident, and I really tried not to hit him. He was getting in my face. I walked away, and then he socked me in the jaw because he came back over after I was, just called the cops. He doesn't want to be civil because we could have just exchanged information, blah blah blah. But he slammed on his brakes, so we do the insurance shit. Then I'm because technically, if you rear-end somebody, it's your fault automatically unless they brake check. That's from what I know.
Okay, so start from the top for me. So you were heading north.
So I was in the turn lane, and I got in, and so after that, that's illegal.
What turn lane?
For the light.
Yeah. Which car is yours? The Ridgeline. Right here, the Honda.
Okay, so after you got rear-ended, you pulled over.
Yeah, after I yelled, it says has some choice words for the guy for sure.
Okay.
And I was still back, and I got through the intersection, and I was in the lane. So at that point,
Are you headed north or south?
I was.
Okay.
And at that point, I was already in the lane, and he's been flipping me off the whole time, and I've been keeping the distance. But he slammed so hard, and it's a little car, and it's manual. I slammed on the brakes, and it just slid. But I was already in the lane, this lane, I was completely in it. I was doing maybe, I want to say 15, because my car is not messed up at all, really. Doing 15, and he completely just locked it. He slid a little too. He completely locked his brakes, and I rear-ended him. And then he got out of my face, and he was literally touching my, calling me. I was trying not to hit him. I was trying to get him away from me. I didn't push him, didn't touch him, because if I hit him, I'm not going to stop until you guys get here. I'm going to be honest, because it was bullshit. So he socks me in the jaw. He saw it, and the other people that left saw it. They took a video when he started yelling at me to begin with.
So then what happened? You pulled over?
I pulled over, and then we just started the screaming match. And he was in my face.
Inside the car, outside the car?
Outside the car.
Okay. Were you alone in your truck, or did you have someone?
I'm
with you?
alone. Yeah.
Okay. Did he have anyone with him?
No, he just has his friends following him in a convoy.
Okay. Where are his friends at?
That's one of his buddies right there.
Okay. So what happened with the yelling and the punching?
He was just threatening me, and he chested up to me, and I like pushed him back and threw a punch.
Sorry, say that again. I just don't remember here.
He was up against my chest, and I like got back from him, and then he was still talking, and I like threw a punch at him.
And I was already in the lane when, like, I wasn't turning into the lane. I was already in the lane when he slammed on his brakes.
So you get back over to the lane, he slams on his brakes, and you rear end him.
Yes, completely locked him up.
And then what happens?
And then he got on my face, belly to belly.
Right there. He stopped the car right there
He
and
stopped,
got out.
like, I want to say he was a little in front of this truck.
So then you stop here, he gets out of his car. Do you get out of your car?
I got out of my car because I hit him and the car died. And I hit the clutch, and so I was like, oh, it just completely destroyed the front end. So I thought it did. I got out, and because he stopped in the middle of the road and got out immediately. He wanted it to happen. That was his goal. His main priority was to make me hit him.
Okay, so you were a witness.
Yeah.
So you don't know either of these people. What did you see?
So I was driving behind that guy in the Mini Cooper, and he was going very fast. It looked like he was tailgating him, and he was like swerving on the road.
Okay.
And that was happening up until this light right here, where that guy turned to go left, and then all of a sudden I start going, and then he cuts off in front of me to start chasing him from the turn lane.
Okay.
And that's when I saw this guy slam on his brakes, and then I heard the impact.
And then I got out, and then he got it in my face. And then I asked him to call the cops. And then we pull over, and I was like, oh, he looks like he's gonna run. He sped up really quick, just pull over here. And then he got out, blah, 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 something, I'm running, and then he caught me in the face. And then he kept trying to, like, get tough with me, and blah, blah, blah. He's saying I can't fight him, blah, blah, blah. He wants me to fight him. He wants me to f him up. And I'm trying not to hurt him. Like, I'm trying not to hit him. Like, I literally took everything I had not to just clock him and end it all. And he just kept going. And then you guys show up, and he kind of just stops.
So when you guys got out of your car here, was he saying anything to you?
Oh, he was calling me names immediately. And
Right when he stepped out of the
flipping me
car.
off all the way down this road.
Okay, so where did he start flipping you off at?
But he said he brake checked him, and then he got out of his car and told me, "Can you call the cops?" He just brake checked me, and he hit me. I also saw that this guy got out of his car first and like started screaming at him and went up to his mirror and pulled on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which mirror? Was it this mirror here that's all messed up? Okay, not your mirror, his mirror.
Yeah, his mirror.
On driver's side, passenger side?
Driver's side.
Okay. Okay. All right, you're good to go, man. I appreciate it. So, sorry, just to verify, so they got out of the car. What did you see with the fight?
I was sitting right here. I was parked on the phone with the dispatch and police, and they start getting up in each other's faces.
Okay.
And then that guy over there in the truck threw the punch first, and then this guy sort of like tried to push him away to defend himself, and then they started throwing punches.
So did it look like they were just fighting each other, or like one person was more aggressive than the other one? I don't really care who started it. I'm just wondering, was it a neutral fight?
It definitely looked like the guy in the truck was being more aggressive than the other one, but they both threw punches at each other.
Okay. From the independent witness who is not associated with anybody, it kind of sounds like you guys were just fighting each other. So can't be doing that in public.
Yes, sir.
Not planning on taking anyone to jail. I hope it doesn't come to that.
I hope so, too.
I'm hoping it's just going to be a couple tickets and people get on their way, okay?
Yes, sir.
Sit tight for me. You can sit in your car if you want. You can sit on the bench, and I'll be right back with you,
All right.
okay?
I just moved around.
So you guys were face to face here, and you threw the first punch.
I didn't throw any punches.
So
He just clocked me in the chin. He hit me right about here. I want to say his right. He looked like he was right hand dominant when he tried to go at me again.
And he hit you on this side.
Oh, he got me good.
So
My
was
jaw's
where was he standing when he hit you?
He was probably like about where you were, but he just leaned into it. Or maybe a little closer.
Okay.
And then he got back in my face and he like kept pushing me back. I kept walking back, and I had my hands down because if he hits me again, I was just gonna clock him in the face. And he was on the phone with the cops. The blue Honda was on the phone with the cops all the time.
Did
He
he
hit you with his right hand on your right hand side of the face.
I want to say that was his right hand. because he kind of, maybe it was one of his hands caught me in the jaw. I couldn't tell you because I wasn't expecting it.
He just brake checked you?
Completely.
Where at? Like here?
I want to say he hit his brakes at about the truck and he stopped at about the truck. It was super sudden.
And why do you do that?
I got a nicer car than him. I don't know, honestly. I was swerving around behind him
the truck?
a little bit. Yeah.
So
he was in the truck. I was in the Mini.
So he brake checks you.
Completely.
You hit him with the Mini. And then what happens?
And then he gets in my face.
Or do you guys pull over right here?
At that point.
So you pull over right here.
No, he gets out on the road. He wouldn't let me pull
Here?
because I was trying to gesture to him to just pull over.
So you stopped right here in the road?
About, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I want to say his tailgate was like right with that body line with the front door.
Okay.
Because I was.
So explain it. We weren't there, man. So you need to do a little bit better of a job.
Well, I got
explaining
hit in the face. I'm a little.
Yeah, I know. I get that. And you don't want to see medics, right?
I don't think my jaw's up. I mean, I don't think it's broken.
And you're grabbing the left hand.
Well, he hit me like this and I lose this jaw. This jaw doesn't hurt that bad, actually. He hit me this side, but it popped my jaw on this side.
Okay. So you get out. You're here. What happens after you rear-end the guy?
Oh, he gets in my face immediately.
So he gets out of his car.
Yes.
And then
he comes right at me, like aggressive, like super aggressive.
And you're sitting in your car.
I was sitting in my car. I got out because he got out. I thought he wanted to say where to pull over or something. And then he gets in my face and was trying to fight me. The first time he tried to fight me, and then he tries to fight me when he pulls over, because I told him to pull over. He pulls over. After I thought he was going to run, because he sped up super quickly. And then I pull over and try to get the car started. And then he gets in my face. Well, it probably took a second, but he gets back in my face. And then he clocks me in the face.
After you guys pull over, and then you get out of your car, and you're on the sidewalk?
I was standing on the sidewalk. I didn't want to confront him because he was being aggressive, and I didn't want to hit him.
Okay, so you get out of your car, you get on the sidewalk. He gets out of his car, and then what?
And he's just aggressive the whole time. And then...
Well, I get...
it's like 30 seconds after he gets out of his car, he gets in my face and clocks me in the jaw.
He doesn't say a word, just walks right up to you and clocks you in the jaw.
He was calling me names.
What was going on was, I don't know what happened to Circle K, but he started tailgating him, going really fast, swerving back and forth. This guy stops for the intersection at the light. He pulls up in the light next to him. Guy on the ridge line calls him gay. Dude that was behind here in the little green car, he was like, I was directly behind the ridge line. He swerves in front of him back into the northbound lane, gets right behind this guy, tailgates him. Ridgeline slams on his brakes. Doesn't know if there was traffic ahead of him or if he was slamming on his brakes, but slamming on his brakes, Vinter Cooper rear ends the Ridgeline. They get out, have some words. They're both chest to chest yelling at each other. Guy on the Ridgeline kind of pushes this guy back. He comes back at him. Guy on the Ridgeline throws a punch. He pushes him back, and then they both start throwing punches at each other.
Oh, he clocked me right in the
And you don't say anything to him?
Oh, I didn't say anything. I just started backing up because I was ready to hit him. If he kept coming at me, I'm sorry, but I was gonna hit him.
Okay.
Because he hit me. I was like, it is what it is. Can I press charges on him for hitting me?
So right now, everybody's going to get charged. It's going to be disorderly conduct for fighting in public.
I didn't fight him though.
Witness saw you guys throwing punches at each other.
That's from working.
That's a witness, an involved witness said that they saw
That's
you throw
old.
punches.
Okay.
So go grab your stuff real quick. We'll talk about it.
Take a seat, please.
How do I get charged if I didn't hit him?
See, I was talking to you the whole time. Sounds like we have a witness that's uninvolved that saw both of you throwing punches at each other.
So I should have hit him, is what you're saying.
I don't know. If you didn't hit somebody, I don't want you to say you hit someone. But also, if you did hit someone,
How can I get charged for something I didn't do?
we have a witness, uninvolved party that said that they saw both of you throwing punches. And the whole time I've been talking to you, dude. So I don't know.
So what happened at Circle K?
At Circle K?
He said you guys got into some kind of incident at Circle K?
No way. Maybe that's why he was chasing me?
I don't know.
I never got into anything with anybody there.
That's just what I got from my partner. Said this all started at Circle K.
What? I was just driving my car.
Okay. Did he throw punches back at you?
He chested up to me. No, I threw a punch. I f***ed up. I didn't want to do that. But no, he was threatening me in my face.
What was he saying?
Pretty much that he was he would kick my ass if I did anything.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. And then really quickly, what caused you to slam on your brakes?
There was like there was a few cars right in front of me. There was no, like, I didn't have a huge gap in front of me, and he was chasing after me, and I just got on my brakes, like, kind of hard, but, like, I wasn't even intending to brake check anybody or anything. Like, he chased me out of the turn lane, and like I was telling you.
Yeah, and I have a witness that corroborates that, said that he got cut off by him in the turn lane.
Yeah, he didn't cut me off. He pulled behind me and started chasing me.
He cut off the witness that was directly behind him.
Yeah.
So
wild. I didn't want to start. I wasn't trying to start anything with anyone. And then there's these kids doing burnouts behind me, like doing for tire traction, like car racing. I'm like, just chill out, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, sit tight.
So what am I getting charged with?
I think he said disorderly conduct.
Even though I didn't touch him.
I don't know if you didn't touch him or not. I'm trying to see if there's cameras somewhere that could have caught it, prove your innocence.
The reckless driving charge is going to come from you guys driving up here, swerving in and out of traffic, and then you cut off the blue the blue car, causing this guy to slam on his brakes and you rear-ending him.
How did I cause him to slam on his brakes?
You cut off traffic and caused a collision because of it.
He let me in. What you guys are kind of saying, though, is next time I should hit him just because you guys are saying I should.
Just call us.
Not because I did, no, because you're saying I did.
So, did he cause much damage to your pickup?
I don't think very much. No, honestly, no.
Okay.
Like these gouges, and like I'm gonna check like the hitch, but I honestly,
so
piece of his plastic.
I'm still going to do up a collision report on it, even though there's not a whole lot there. His is kind of reportable. Reportable.
Yeah, it's cracked.
So you're not being charged with assault.
Okay, thank you.
I am writing you a ticket for disorderly conduct. Okay, it's a city municipal code violation. It's a misdemeanor crime for fighting in public. Okay.
Okay.
He's going to get one too.
Okay.
I don't have any evidence to say you brake checked him or anything like that, so no traffic violation for you. It's just going to be a collision report.
Go on, he came at me.
Yeah, and you got right back up in his face and started pushing him.
I didn't push him, I swear to God. I did not push him.
I got witnesses that say you guys were chest bumping, that you were yelling in his face.
I told him to knock it off.
So that's not what he said. Right?
What he said?
You guys can plead your case in court.
Can I know what he said?
Yeah, he said you were going to kick his ass. He said
I'll show up, and so this is a criminal charge.
It's a criminal charge, but it's a misdemeanor, and it's lower than assault.
Oh, it's lower than like 4th degree assault.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a city municipal code violation, but it's a criminal offense.
Okay.
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 So
that's fair.
I get it. I don't know what happened between you guys on the road, but
You're on probation. That's gonna make what you have stick.
worry about that later. Take it up with them.
Yeah, we'll fight it, baby. We'll fight it. We'll do our best. We'll try to get it mitigated.
Okay. He told me he was going to kick his ass if I did anything.
He told me the same thing.
Yeah, and he's getting a ticket, and so are you. So the other thing is, I know you told my partner that you turned back in his lane because you decided you wanted to go this way. Yeah, and
That's BS. Because you cut off the witness that was right behind him. You don't cut people off in traffic. I thought he was running over. You're going to be getting a ticket for reckless driving. I'm getting the ticket either way. But
I don't know what happened.
Is it not wrong for somebody to do that?
If someone intentionally causes a collision, yeah, but I have no evidence
That's what
to
he
say
was doing
that.
the whole time.
I think you know you screwed up.
Yes, sir.
He did some stuff wrong too.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's in the right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Try and have a better day, okay?
We will.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
I forgot about him. When he got out of his car, he immediately kicked my mirror off. Immediately.
He kicked it off?
You want to come look at it?
Yeah. Oh, he did this?
Yeah, so he hopped out of his car and did that, and then he backed away, and then I got out.
So the witness that I talked to did say that he saw him hit your mirror or something. I didn't know that he did this.
Yeah, I did.
So this wasn't like this before?
No.
Investigative detention, Terry v. Ohio, 392 U.S. 11968. Officers may conduct a brief investigative stop upon reasonable, articulable suspicion that criminal activity is afoot. A reported physical altercation with visible evidence on scene satisfies this threshold. First Amendment protected speech, Chaplinsky v. New Hampshire, 315 U.S. 5681942. The fighting words doctrine applies only to speech that directly incites immediate lawless action. Terminiello v. Chicago 337 U.S. 11949. Provocative speech does not lose constitutional protection solely because it elicits a hostile response from the recipient. Rear-end collision presumption of fault general tort and traffic law creates a rebuttable presumption of fault on the following driver. The following driver bears the burden of proving the lead vehicle S negligence overcomes that presumption. Prior aggressive pursuit substantially weakens any such defense. Self-defense and mutual combat doctrine. Self-defense requires a reasonable belief that force was immediately necessary, absence of provocation by the claiming party, and no safe opportunity to withdraw. The mutual combat doctrine, recognized in the majority of U.S. jurisdictions, holds that when two parties voluntarily engage in a physical fight, neither may assert self-defense as a defense to criminal liability for the resulting conduct. Disorderly conduct elements, General U.S. Standard intentional or reckless conduct occurring in a public place, constituting fighting or violent behavior that creates a risk of public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. The independent witness confirmed both parties threw punches in a public roadway, satisfying all required elements without ambiguity. Spontaneous admission and Miranda versus Arizona, 384 U.S. 4, 361966. Advisements are required only during custodial interrogation. Voluntary statements made outside custody carry no Miranda requirement. A party's spontaneous admission against their own interest constitutes highly reliable evidence under general evidentiary standards. Malicious mischief elements. 3 required elements: intentional or knowing conduct directed at the property of another person without lawful justification. Intentional destruction of a vehicle component during a road rage encounter satisfies all 3 elements independently of the concurrent assault charge. Charging discretion and Graham standard, Graham versus Connor, 490, U.S. 3861989. Law enforcement decisions are assessed on facts known at the moment of decision, not in hindsight. Charging discretion permits officers to decline prosecution where insufficient evidence exists to establish the required element of criminal intent. KE lessons constitutionally protected speech does not immunize a speaker from civil liability or from being classified as a contributing cause of subsequent violence. The first aggressor rule disqualifies any party who initiates physical contact from asserting self-defense operating independently of the mutual combat analysis. Road rage pursuit constitutes reckless driving, regardless of the initial provocation received. New evidence emerging after initial charges warrants immediate reassessment and supplemental charging under the Officer S continuing investigative duty.